Hey everybody, Charlie Nerd 2 here, and welcome back to Disco Elysium. When we last left off, we spoke to the cryptozoologist. We told him that we would check his crypto traps, and we continued exploring the left side of the map here. We found the church, I believe this is, and we're going to continue heading up and seeing what we could see. What's this? Big wine canister. Alright, can we go over this way?
The smell. It's awful and familiar.
Hold on, that is awful.
It doesn't help. You can still smell it.
What is it?
Don't you recognize it? That hideous pungency. That faintly cloying sweetness. Only death smells like that.
Okay.
Something cold wakes in the pit of your stomach. Fear. It is death. It must be.
Heads up, Lieutenant. Something's not right here.
The lieutenant has already brought a handkerchief to his nose.
Is it you? Floorboards look rotten and weak.
There's some tear, an empty cigarette package, and a crumpled kebab wrapper in the trash bin.
Examine the tear.
2 empty bottles of Tallulah vodka and a can of black potent porter is all you find. No, there's more in there. Livis strawberry liquor, plus some Pilsner bottles too. Better not pick them up. They seem unhygienic.
A tragedy.
Examine the cigarette.
Whoever tossed it here was a heavy smoker. The brand name reads Red Astra. Red Astra is the black market version of Astra cigarettes, known for their high tar content.
And a kebab.
You see traces of mayonnaise and ketchup on it, as well as a tomato wedge. The wrapper reads Shish Kebab Revachol. It's no older than a day or two. No mold yet. It's hard to concentrate in the smell. The sea air brings some relief.
Alright, let's speak to you.
A man lies on the boardwalk, his limbs bent and neck turned at an unnatural angle. Right next to him is an empty bottle of spirits. In his cramped hand, a chewing gum wrapper.
I thought he was alive, but he's not.
The smell is not as bad as a 2-week-old corpse, but it's definitely heading there.
Hold on.
The lieutenant squats next to the corpse and examines his face. 2 bulging eyes stare back at him, void of any signs of life.
Lividity is faintly pronounced. Whoever this is has been dead for 2 days. No longer. We need to investigate.
We do. There's a dead body. Another
Calm
one.
now. Carefully. Just another day. Just another dead body. Breathe.
Let's look at the surroundings.
There's some dried blood on the metal bench, right where the corpse's head rests. The floorboards are rotten and slippery wet around the hole. An empty bottle lies nearby. A chewing gum wrapper is clutched in his fist.
It looks like he fell and cracked his head on this bench.
Be very, very careful where you step here.
Examine the chewing gum wrapper.
Grabowski spearmint chewing gum. Green leaves on the cover. The man's mouth is half agape from the terror of the fall.
Oh, I see the floorboard is missing. He fell in. Oof. Look in.
The blackness of death. Stench. You think you see white chewing gum too?
He ate the whole pack, right? It's to cover the smell of alcohol before going home. The worst thing is, I've seen it before. Almost the same scenario. Even the chewing gum. It's always the same.
Let's check his head out.
A dried chunk of blood covers the hair at the back of his head. An open wound. It's sticky and cold to your touch. This is what killed him.
I don't see any other major wounds, do you?
No, just this one at the back of his head.
Seems like the head wound was fatal. It's exactly the shape of the bench.
Examine the bottle.
A .75 liter Tallulah vodka with its cap missing. There's hardly anything left inside.
Tear all around us.
He looks at the other 2 bottles near the coin-operated viewer and at your yellow plastic bag.
I'd prefer if you didn't collect them this time. It's not proper.
I agree. Step back.
The entire boardwalk creaks in the wind as you take a step back.
Study the man himself.
The man has fallen through a crack in the boardwalk and hit his head against the metal bench. Coagulated blood covers his black hair. One of his feet is still dangling through the hole. A bad fall. It might have been dark outside. This place is a minefield in the dark.
Examine his face.
His expression is dull, like the sea behind him. Drops of water shining on his moustache. His eyes, empty and wide, look frightening in their frozen gaze.
Surely someone must be missing this man.
Height, 170 to 175 centimeters. Curly hair, stout build. Age, approximately 50 to 60 years.
Study his clothes.
He's wearing mud-caked boots, beige trousers, and an old brown leather jacket with a bright blue lining. There are traces of kebab sauce on his chest. The leather jacket suits him well. It must be custom-made.
Search his pockets.
You find some sunflower seeds and a rain-soaked library card folded into two. His jacket feels sodden and heavy under your hand.
Good. We should take a look at that library card after this is done.
Who is this man?
Looks like one of the locals. He'd have to know this spot to come here. You don't just walk over here.
He looks south, the way you came.
But that's just a lazy assumption. What do you think?
I think label him as an alcoholic is a bit premature. We don't know anything yet.
We do know that he was married.
Lieutenant points at the ring on the man's left hand. The flesh around it is swollen and gray.
But you're right. Let's not run ahead. For now, all we know is that he's an unidentified middle-aged man found dead on the Martinez boardwalk.
What should we do with him?
From where I stand, I can see two options. We either take the case and follow the leads to identify the body on our own, or we report back to the station and leave this for our colleagues to handle.
We found him. We should finish it.
All right. We should first examine the library card you found. Then we can call the station from Mike and Emma. Let them know we are taking the case.
What do you think happened here?
Death by misadventure. He slipped and fell through the boardwalk. A truly unfortunate accident. If it wouldn't have been for that bench, he'd be alive.
Right.
It does seem to be a pretty straightforward misadventure, although there's still a question of identifying the body.
Yeah, let's look at the library card. Interact. Folded library card. Interact.
The library card is folded into two and still slightly wet to the touch. The front side reads, Central Jamrock Public Library Card, issued to Billy Mejean, expires July 53. Billy is a unisex name. Could be the deceased, or his family member.
Look inside.
Whoever owns this card is an avid reader. You find a list of books written in blue pencil. Radio thriller. Stand a little less between me and the sun. The last one in the list is The Glinting Curve by M. Theobald. A library stamp indicates that the book has been returned. Most of these titles seem to be in the sci-fi genre. Some thrillers too.
Look at the backside.
If lost, please return the card to the library. Dial 005 02 55211 or visit us at Moreau Street, 78, Jamrock. Business hours, 900 to 1800.
Okay, so we can call and inquire about this man.
Good. We should give them a call from Mike and Emma. See if we can learn anything about Billy Mejean.
Good idea. There was plenty of information here to go by.
All right. Let's look at this. Try not to fall. Coin-operated viewer's been out of order for years. Whoop, what's this? Moonshine probably smells like tasty fermentation. Okay, is there anything over here we can do? Can we go over here? Let's look at this. Dead phone smash receiver. Someone hung up too hard. Kick drum pulse. The music is coming from somewhere on the ice. St. Brune. Is this the church? This is the church. Okay. Dusty pews in the shadow. Many seem to have been missing. altar shrouded in dark, or something like that. It's too dark to tell. Take all. Alright, let's go in here. Let's check out the church. Surely there's no occultish, creepy stuff in here.
More than twice your height stands shut in front of you. The rectangular sea-worn ornamentation appears in stark contrast to the padlock, carelessly drilled into the wood.
Take a closer look at the padlock.
This cheap-looking padlock is sturdily built. It shackles together a hasp and a staple screwed into the wooden door. The lock is adorned with a yellow sticker.
Continue.
It'll be easier to break the staple than the lock. Also, that sticker is interesting, somehow.
Look at the sticker.
You see a yellow circle with 2 X's and a big curve below them that looks like a mouth. You're pretty sure you haven't seen it before, but what the symbol depicts is clear enough. A smiling dead guy. The curve makes it smile, and the X's make it dead. There is something blindingly modern about this symbol. Its modernness puts to shame everything you've seen before.
Have you seen this symbol before?
He takes off his glasses and uses a blue handkerchief to thoroughly wipe them clean before inspecting the sticker. Then he looks up, pauses, and replies.
No.
What does it look like to
Looks
you?
like a dead man smiling. Suggests junior delinquency.
Okay, what is junior
For
delinquency?
Revachol ZOC, the moral intern defined junior delinquents as minors between the ages of 10 and 16 who have committed an act in violation of the law. These acts aren't called crimes as they would be for adults. Crimes committed by minors are called delinquent acts. This was part of your officer's exams.
He puts the handkerchief in his coat pocket. What is suggestive of junior delinquency here?
I haven't seen that sticker before, and I'm not a youth.
I agree, it's very modern, but does the cheery guy not know he's dead, or does the dead guy not care that he is? What is the source of the irony here?
That level of conceptual thinking is not part of my skill set.
We'll try to peel the sticker off without ripping it. 92%. Let's do it.
There's nothing like the sound of a sticker unpeeling. Now it's stuck to your thumb.
Put it in the last entry of the ledger where it belongs.
Looks like today was a gold star day.
Inspect the staple.
The padlock passes through a staple that's been hastily attached to the wood. Closer inspection reveals that one of the screws is not a screw at all, but a nail. The work has been done recently and is unprofessional, to say the least. Should you want to get through, it might be easier to just pry the whole thing off.
This is where Mr. Prybar comes in handy.
Maybe we should circle the building first and look for another way. The building has seen enough mistreatment.
Should we start with that kick drum coming from the ice? I heard a sound before.
Yes, the pulsing bass. A sure sign of junior delinquency. Somewhere east of here.
Over here.
There's something on the sea ice there.
Whoa. Oh, I gotta just equip the tool. Inspect the carpentry.
The carving on the door is block-like and angular, like the church itself. 2 large beams shoot downwards, sinking into the wood before they reach the threshold.
Back up and look at the door.
The doors remain unchanged, closed with a padlock.
Leave. Alright, so we can get into there with our pry bar, presumably. Let's go up here, see what else we can see. Ooh, what is this? I know he said to the east. We'll go there. I want to check this out. Rusty gears used to turn the whole machine. It's a chain. Chain trails off into the ocean to who knows where. Well, let's go in.
An old door, worn by elements, guards the depot. The wind has blown a sand dune in front of it. The door hasn't been opened in a long while. You see a handle.
What is this thing anyway?
It's military. A service depot of some sort.
Used to serve what?
Probably something that is no longer there.
3%. Part of me wants to save scum this and see what's in here. But I won't. Walk away. Barrel's been recently discarded. Still smells of fuel oil. Okay, well, we know who's using fuel oil. For art, here's one of the traps. Alright, is this the end up here? Cigarette butts cleaned away under a rock. Brand Teomaltry? What's this? Someone's made a campfire a long time ago. Rusted, broken control box for the radio relay tower. Ladder's too rusty to climb. The sea air is eating away at it. This relay tower coordinates boat traffic in the bay, barely. What is that? Oh, it's a tie. Scented scarf. Gives me shivers. Tiny inlets there, off in the far distance, where the posts travel towards. So there used to be maybe some sort of dock or something going that direction. Alright, let's check the trap. Make sure we don't have a phasmid. Where was it? Here it is.
There's a trap in the reeds at your feet. Looks like the same one you saw Morel set before. Same mesh, same wiring.
Look around.
The reeds sway in the coastal breeze. They seem to be waiting for something.
Continue.
The wind picks up here, near the cape's end, surrounding the narrow strip of land from 3 cardinal directions.
Reach.
It's cold for this time of year.
Reach for the trap.
Locusts are crawling around in the trap, confused but uneaten. You see no carnivorous reed phasmid gorging on them.
Cool.
Big surprise. Anyway, 1 down, 3 to go.
No need to grin. I'm not expecting to find anything. I'm helping some citizens and getting some fresh air.
I meant no offense. Just...
He doesn't know how to finish the sentence. He looks at you, putting the trap back on the ground. Alright. Let's see about getting into this church. Can we go around the top? Is this the smallest church? I don't think so. Can't go around the back, so we need to go down this way. Maybe around the front here. Through here. We'll start at the top, work our way down. Nothing here. What is this? Must have taken a lot of patience to do this. Who are you?
A shaggy-looking girl in her late teens or early 20s kneels on the ice with an electronic contraption in her hand. Hearing you approach, she looks up.
Oh, hello there.
Dear child, it's freezing. Where's your hat?
Huh?
I said you should have a hat on.
So should you.
I mean, I do.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
It's nice. You should wear one too if you plan on staying outside in this weather.
Yeah, well... Look, man, fuck the hat.
Is it language really necessary?
I'm sorry I said fuck the hat. I was concentrating on something else. My whole family swears and it rubbed off on me.
There's a pained expression on her face. She'll answer your questions now. What's your name?
A cell.
Nice name.
Her hair is dyed blonde, with dark roots showing. There's a coarseness to her features, some masculinity below that timidness.
This is the lady. Her hair is dyed. Coarseness. She's having troubles. This is her. What's your surname?
Why?
Why indeed? Screw it.
Okay.
What you got there?
This is a portable recording device. It's for field recording. Low quality, but still.
And the wires?
Actually, just one wire. I picked on it till the braiding came loose. The wire leads to a contact microphone.
What's a contact microphone?
A contact mic records sounds from inside things, like this ice.
Okay.
Your mangled brain would like you to know there is a boxer called Contact Mike.
What am I supposed to do with this info?
No idea.
Where'd you get your mic from?
Same place I got the recorder from, the Palaceum.
Probably a hangout for junior delinquents. What's the Palaceum?
Oh man, you haven't been to the Palaceum? It's the coolest place in this whole drug-addled shithole.
Yeah, let's go.
It's a music club and a synthesizer workshop on Boogie Street in Jamrock. Musicians live there, like real musicians. I once saw Arno van Eyck.
Sounds interesting. Who's this Arno guy?
Oh yeah, guess you wouldn't know Van Eyck. Or really be a Palaceum going kind of person.
I get down.
I don't know what that means.
I grind.
I don't know what that means either.
Nor do I, but I have concrete evidence that I rock, in the form of a wrecked tape player in a completely trashed hostel room.
That's cool.
She breathes on her fingers. Looks like she doesn't know what to say. You're right. Time has deserted me.
Sucks, man. Was there something else?
Woof.
About the contact mic, perhaps?
We need to take some medication. How's that thing work?
The mic? I don't exactly know. Somehow it doesn't pick up vibrations from the air. The book said it only picks up structure-borne sound, if you like technobabble.
Okay, I've got some non-mic questions for you.
Okay.
What are you doing out here in the cold?
Recording, I guess.
What are you recording?
I think I'm recording cracks in the ice, but there's no way to tell. Not without headphones. I think I just recorded your footsteps too. Not sure how that will sound.
She scratches her forehead.
What happened to the old headphones?
Wait, what happened to the headphones?
My boyfriend sold them.
What for?
I don't know, man. Things. Just stuff you need for life.
A lie. They were probably pawned off for something suspicious.
And what about these recordings for the cracks, the footsteps?
The musicians in the Palaceum used them for making music. They looped the stuff, cutting the tapes together. They make music out of cracks in the ice and keys jangling. Crazy sounds like that. It's hard to explain.
Just nod.
Anyway, I thought I'd make some too. It's supposed to be, like, a music place anyway.
She rubs her shoulders and looks around.
I don't really know what I'm doing. They use synthesizers too. I don't have a synthesizer.
The sharp drop in endorphins is almost visible, like a warm blanket has fallen off her shoulders. The wave of chill, the quivering jaw, indications of a drug high.
Take this, you're cold.
No, man, fuck that, I'm cool. I'm sorry I said that. I'm sorry about the fuck.
It's okay.
The lieutenant backs up. He throws her a glance. Now this is where a hat would come in handy. Give her your hat. Here, you need this more than I do. You said it's supposed to be a music place. What is? Yeah, give her your hat.
Thanks.
She puts it on. It's a bit large for her. You said it's supposed to be a music place. What is?
That? The boys think it could be a place, like the Palaceum or something. Stupid. It's really not gonna be a Palaceum, that's for sure.
And who are these boys?
Yeah, Andre and the guys, they're inside, in the tent.
In the tent.
And why is that?
Why are you freezing out here while they're inside?
They got too much stuff crammed in there. No room.
Stuff like what?
Music stuff, mostly. Like this tape recorder, but bigger. And there's piles of it.
You mean like those headphones your boyfriend sold?
Yep, they were pretty. I'm sorry we sold those.
Why not just leave some of it outside so you won't freeze?
That stuff is more expensive than I am. More expensive than any of us, really. Doesn't matter. I can take the cold.
Had some other questions.
Go ahead.
Man, even with giving her the hat, we cannot we cannot pass that check. Tell me more about this music church you've been playing in, or music place you've been playing in the church.
It's supposed to become like a club for Anodic Dance music, like that new style of synthesizer stuff they play at the Elysium. Except that, yeah,
She looks at the old wooden church up on the poles. As mean wind comes bellowing, the 6-story structure lets out a doleful shriek.
The floorboards are twisting, and the shooting beams are slowly cracking, like bones. Far east of the Golden Delta, beyond the industrial port, there is a black patch of unlit coast with the smallest creatures on the ice. There will never be a club for Anodic music here, not in a million years.
So you want to turn the church into a club?
I know. It's not my idea. Andre and the boys found the place. It was supposed to be deserted, but now they can't even take it. Hey, don't get me wrong, but you're cops, right?
Yeah, why do you ask?
Okay, well, maybe you could talk to Andre and the guys, because there are some strange things going on in that church. If you're police, you should look into it, right?
I'll talk to him.
They're inside that thing there. Would be cool if you did. Was there something else?
They're inside that thing there. What are you referring to? What is anodic dance music?
You know, anodic, cathodic, music that's made with electronic instruments.
Got it. Now about the church.
What do you need to know?
Did you put the padlock on the door?
No,
No?
not really, no.
She's trying to get out of a direct lie with semantic tricks. She personally didn't put the padlock on the door.
So this isn't yours?
It's Noid's.
Why did this Noid person put a padlock on the church door?
To keep more weirdos from getting in. Fucking Martinez. I'm sorry. It's got the worst weirdos. If you get around to it, ask Andre about him, he'll tell ya.
Enough about the church. I have another question.
Go ahead.
That's it for now.
Okay, bye.
Maybe this isn't the female driver. So they're in here.
The tent is just tarpaulin fabric covering a pile of stuff. The flap is open. Inside, 3 young men, all in forward-looking apparel, reminiscent of the sticker on the padlock, are listening to some new form of music. It's like nothing you've ever heard. One of them looks at you.
This ain't disco.
Come on, get in and close the flap behind you. The warm stuff's getting out.
Come on in.
Sorry, you barely have room for one.
You go ahead. I'm too old for this.
I'm actually not, he thinks. I just dislike delinquents.
I'm sure you will feel right at home. I'll keep watch.
He gestures for you to squeeze in. All right, we're in this now. Entering the delinquent tent. Oh, these guys are rocking out. What's this? Canisters filled with what appears to be water, distilled. Pile of nasal sprays, brand named Nosafed Ultra. Speaker, the big kind they use for live music. Alright, we can talk to all 3 of them. Let's hit tab. That's to leave. Alright, let's talk to you.
A young man with peroxide blonde hair holds up a Harman Walshy tape player, nodding along to the music. He looks at you with a knowing smile and says,
Hardcore! Hardcore! Hardcore to the mega! Internally coherent!
I'm just gonna keep saying nothing.
All car! All right! Yeah!
he furrows his brow as his very large head traces the sublime invisible movement of the music in the very real air of the stuffy tent.
Hardcore! Ah!
He lets out an agonized roar over the feeblish, obviously not too hardcore beat below. No, but seriously, I'm a little worried it isn't.
The question is, what is the question?
That would have been good if I'd asked you a question, but I didn't. Now it's just idiotic.
But there was a question?
The young man with
This is hardcore.
Is it?
It's hardcore!
You're just gonna keep saying it's hardcore, aren't you?
Skibber-dee, skibber-danger. I am the rearranger.
Okay, let's talk to this guy.
Go speak to Andre. I'm just annoyed.
You're the Noid? You damaged my Domino's pizzas? What if I want to speak to you first?
I suck at socialising, man. If you go speak to Andre, I'll have time to tune in, get a reading on your sign.
You talking about my sine wave? Before he's finished talking, he's already turned back to his tools. That's ridiculous.
See? It's already going wrong. Sign is off.
The young man picks up a thin metal saw blade and examines it.
Scared, angry. It's hard to say which this man is.
All right, and we will talk to Andre, I'm assuming this one is, next episode. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy my content, please consider giving me a like, a comment, and or a subscribe. Stay tuned. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.